If you're trapped and you're not making the money that you want to make, or you're not enjoying the lifestyle that you want to live, this video is for you. So a happy career, so to speak, is doing what you love to do, getting paid what you love to do, so you can enjoy the rest of your life as well. And sadly, I don't know what the percentage is, but I bet you more than 90% of people do what they do because either they fell into it, or they need the money, or they hate it and they have to keep doing it because they have bills to pay, they have a family to feed. And back in the day, if that's all you did was work in a factory and take care of your family, you were a good man or a good woman. It didn't matter. You weren't allowed to have an opinion of whether or not you liked what you got to do, because people had very little choices. But we've ascended in consciousness, and now there's so many opportunities to make money. It's overwhelming, and you might as well pick something that you love and something that you're good at and something you want to do and excel at, versus being trapped in something that you hate. But that is much, much easier said than done, because you don't just jump into something that you love and start making money. This real estate lady posted on Instagram. It was funny. She's like a millionaire, but she's like, your first year being a realtor. I'm not into real estate or anything like that, but it just showed like a person cooking something they caught over a fire, living in the woods, basically being homeless, and it was like a desolate picture. So chances are, if you want to become like an author, a speaker, a writer, a course creator, a consultant, a coach, a public speaker, a business owner, entrepreneur, all these things, and you want to make great money and have a great lifestyle, you don't just get in and it takes maybe 1, 2, or 3, or 4 years. This takes 7, 8, 9, 10 years, 18, 19, 20 years. Like, this takes the better years of your life of sacrificing. And why do I say that? Because some people are like, no, this person did this in 2 to 3 years, they were making $1 million. Maybe they did. Maybe good for them. Is that going to work for you? Can you bet that that will work for you? I could say what my journey has been like. I'm not going to bore you to death with my journey, but it has been a long, hard, arduous journey. And I saw how hard it was going to be back then, and I knew I didn't have a choice. And I knew, here's the saying, you do the work of a millionaire, whether you become one or not. It's going to be really, really freaking hard anyways. You might as well keep leaning in the direction of at least doing something that you want and that you love, and maybe even something that it's God's purpose for your life. Very important. So if the time is going to go by anyways, but if you have a family to feed, rent to pay, a mortgage to pay, maybe you have kids, and then you have to have health insurance, and then a vehicle broke down, then you got a family member, and then you got a toxic family member, and people who are needing money from you constantly, and then your hot water heater blew up, then your car broke down, and then somebody died unexpectedly, and now you have drama in your house, and you're being kept up all night. I could talk about drama all day. I'm not going to, but I said that a little bit because I would just like you to know. Actually, before I go any farther, I have a list of 16 people I care about. Between my wife and I, who have been hooked on hard drugs, and 6 of them I've had to bury. Some of my best friends, including my own mother, died from she mixed crack with heroin and passed away. That's my own mother. I know what it's like to suffer and go through head trash. I've lived in 31 homes, and I've had... How many jobs have I had? Over 50 actual jobs. I made a video about it. Keith Kalfas, 50 jobs. I visited every single job. I've been fired from a ton of jobs too. So, because I was ADD, I hated it. I couldn't stand working for other people, basically. Go watch the video. But anyways, here's what I want to get at. Sorry, pardon my French. To shit, shower, shave, eat, change, cook, clean, go grocery shopping, pay your bills, cook food, do the dishes, do the laundry, fold it, put it away, keep your house clean, take care of your family, take care of your animals, go to doctor's appointments, go to dentist appointments, make your car, do all the stuff, and plus dealing with all your own bullshit. And if you got a sleepless night and you can't function, and toxic, it is a lot of constant work, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. It's like purgatory, just to be a human and survive in this expensive Western civilization. You have little tiny slices of time. My wife runs all day. She's constantly cooking and cleaning and taking care of the animals. She does all that too. She does a lot. She also helps homeless veterans in crisis. She's a beautiful human being. Sometimes it'll be 9:30 at night, and when she finally sits down on the couch, she goes, "Oh, this is the first time I've sat down all day." And I see it. She doesn't sit down all day until 9:30, sometimes 10:30 at night. Then she can relax. So in those little tiny slices of time, what do? We're so exhausted. We watch TV. We scroll on social media. We scroll on social media some more. Waste time talking on the phone. All of our problems come up. We sit on we cope would be a better word than piss away. So I saw this years ago too. And I made a decision in about 2013. Well, I made the decision in 2007. Actually, I made the decision way back in 2000 when I was 18 years old, but the world kept slapping me in the face. I saw it. I was going to motivational seminars and reading the books. I've read 477 books. The only reason I'm talking about myself is because I'm trying to let you know that I promise you, I can relate. I understood that you have to build multiple streams of assets that produce passive income to make you financially free, so you don't have to work and toil and labor and punch a clock to make money as a you're not really a slave, and equity doesn't aid a volunteer. But what I'm saying is, of course I knew that, but real life is, if you're an 18-year-old kid and you're trying to freaking go out and build $1 million business and you don't have any connections and you're this close to being homeless because you ran away, or maybe you're 24 and you end up with kids. You got 2 kids by the time you're 24, and then that's your full-time thing, and you're constantly struggling to survive. You know what triggered this video? I'm 41 and I don't have any children yet. Because I put, and you can argue with this all you want, but you'll be arguing with yourself, because you ain't going to argue with me on this topic. I know 100 people who started families, and 96 of them are all broke, struggling in their 40s. And then their kids grow up and don't even give a crap of what their parents struggled to give them. They say, "You didn't give me anything." And then the cycle repeats. Then they have kids, then they grow up broke, and then those kids blame the parents, and then those kids grow up, and then they have kids too young, and it's just this endless cycle of rabbits multiplying. And like 1 out of 1,000 of them, it's actually 2 out of 100 or whatever, actually figures this thing out and focuses and goes and makes something out of their life and becomes something and makes a difference in the world, instead of just, no, I'm not saying like, it depends on what you're optimizing for. If you're optimizing for family and love and togetherness, you can live in a trailer park and barbecue hot dogs and eat ramen noodles and be with your family and cuddle up and watch TV and eat popcorn and have Christmas presents under the tree, and you and your wife and you got a couple kids, and you could be more wealthy than some of the richest people in the richest neighborhoods who are freaking miserable if you have real love. Because real love and connection and togetherness and having a family is way more important, and your salvation is way more important than anything. Because I'm telling you, there's so many people at the top of money and success and accolades that drive around in Escalades. What am I, a rapper? That are spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically poor. And the outside, they're driving around in a stupid ass Mercedes that nobody even cares about. People have woken up. It's a point now where, oh, my wife is coming home and I'm excited. People have woken up to the fact that basically nobody cares how much money you have. So here's my point. I'll wrap all this up. You have to take those little tiny slices of time that you have after you get all your stuff done, and you have to lean in the direction of your goals and dreams over and over and over with intent to focus and really dial out the distraction, because 1, 2, 5, 10, 15 years is going to go by whether you like it or not. And where you are in those years go by, where you wake up, and the level of fulfillment you have will be directly proportional to the decisions you make right now.